David Lancaster coming to you from deep in the cornfields of Clay City, Kentucky. An old Hollywood cliche said, if you build it, they will come. And 5 years ago, Quayne Stott did that. He built the Southeast Gassers, and we are seeing today further evidence that they will come. We've got people here that have driven as far as from Canada, another country, to see the Southeast Gassers run today. This tour continues to play to record number crowds and record number car counts. We're seeing new cars come every event, and we hear of more cars being built, more cars requesting the rules, talking with Quayne, wanting to know more about this and how to fix their cars compliant with the Southeast Gassers rules. We're going to take you back to 1967 here today from Clay City, Kentucky. You're going to see in action today Jimmy Finley in the Snakebite Mustang. In an final elimination round, he's going to be going up against Chris Dunn. Both these drivers really great on the tree. It's going to be a great matchup. Jimmy Finley, first man to bring a win to the Southeast Gassers in a Ford, and is on the cusp of a championship. He really could make a run here as he continues to go rounds in this A-Gas category. Chris Dunn in the Boogeyman, hungry for a win. Not had one this year, but definitely on the cusp of something big as he continues to go rounds and get deeper in eliminations every event. You're going to see C-Gas. You're going to see Tim Bailey in the Alley Cat. He's going to be going up against the Freebird, Jerry Birch. Again, continuation from our Brainerd final. You'll see that in first round of qualifying here today. Then we'll move right on into our Clay City, Kentucky event, where we have a full complement of cars in each category of A and C gas, as well as you're going to see new competitors come out here today. We've got Josh Owens back in the 53 Chevy. He's got some details and some graphics on that car. It's called the White Lightning. Look to see a lot of things improve for Josh being his second event here with us. Continue to play to record number crowds. Josh is bringing in a lot of people to his area over there. They definitely want to meet him and his fans from the show that he does star in.
David, here we are again at the Kentucky event. Shannon Smith, Greg Porter in the qualifying, first round of qualifying, Classic 55 Chevrolet matchup, but watch the ride that Shannon Smith goes on.
Man, he's got two hands full of wheel there as he grabs second gear and it goes left on him.
As I say, David, this car right here is always a strong performer, but right here, Shannon allowed this car to get out of the groove with him, way out of the groove, still shifting gears, not wanting to give in anything to Greg Porter, even though it's qualifying. He didn't only have two handfuls, he had 2 hands and 2 feet full in that ride.
And you can see our fans are just loving it here in Clay City, Kentucky.
Absolutely. That's what we provide at a Southeast Gasser event, is wheel standing excitement. Never fails to do that. However, unfortunately, after one round of qualifying, which produced that run between Shannon and Greg Porter, Mother Nature moved in, said that's enough, shut it down for today. That's going to put the second round of qualifying tomorrow on Sunday. Not only is it the second round of qualifying, but it's the first round of final round of eliminations for the makeup race, and it's going to be on a green racetrack surface.
Green racetracks are not received real well in drag racing, as they'd like to have a little compound down before they go down the track. In here with Tim Bailey with the Alley Cat, getting ready for final round, Tim, against that Freebird, Jerry Birch.
That's right. I've waited for this for a while. I'm due one.
And car's been running great for you, Tim, consistent.
It has been running very well, and thanks to Tim Timmerman, got a little different power plant in there, and everything's all squared away and legal, so we're ready to go do some work now.
But Tim, now I know this round is, this is the continuation of the Brainerd event. Now this could be big for you points-wise.
Well, it's especially if I can do well this race and the one that comes right after this. Absolutely, it could be a big points day.
We'd love to see this Alley Cat go down to the track, and I'm thinking Alley Cat. Thinking something like Sylvester, from my growing up years.
And look at the image on the door.
Exactly. And you got the Freebird over, and I'm thinking Tweety. So, Sylvester versus Tweety, the Alley Cat and the Freebird, that's going to be a great matchup.
Well, we're looking for the best. I know I got a good competitor on the other end, so we're going to give everybody a good race.
Tim Bailey, good luck to you today, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here.
All right. Here's our finals from Ringgold, Georgia. Tim Bailey going to be taking on Jerry Birch.
David, you know, this right here is a crucial round for these guys. They are very close in the points. Not sure exactly what the tabulations are at this moment, but Jerry Birch in that Freebird Chevy too, as they say, you know, right now the word on the street is the man can't be beat. As you was saying, the bird can't be caged.
And a huge hole shot by Jerry Birch off the line. Looks like he caught Tim Bailey sleeping. Looks like he's going to march on to this win here from our Ringgold event.
And taking that win, he does. You know, Jerry, this car has just been lethal all year long, and Jerry just being spot on driving every single round.
Jerry and Joey Birch, man, we pulled it off again. A continuation of the Brainerd event here. We are in Clay City, Kentucky, standing almost in a cornfield, but you took it home to win here from C-Gas.
Yep. First and foremost, I got, thank the Lord for a safe race and watching over us, especially, at Brainerd, keeping Donovan safe. So just thank him for watching over us. Got to thank Tim too. Believe it or not, this is how close this racing community is. We've been having some trouble spinning. He suggested we switch our slicks around and rotate them, so we did that this morning. It hooked a lot better. So I got to thank Tim. I knew those Alley Cat claws were sharp. I knew I had to work on the tree because he's been putting up some good numbers, and just thankful. All the work Joey does, he puts in hours on it. So I get the easy part. I get to drive. But
Joey, now we don't get to stick this camera in your face too much, and I know you don't like it, but have you done anything special besides changing these tires?
That's it. We're just trying to figure out, when I worked on it, I'm going to make it better, and it made it worse to get it back where it was. So
added weight back.
You can tell he is his father's son, because I remember your daddy wasn't going to tell nobody nothing, and you're not going to tell anybody anything either. But that's what racing's all about, guys. Yeah. And what a testament. You're exactly right. Tim, knowing he's going into the finals against you, to tell you that, and you outrun him. I mean,
I think we'll be seeing him again. He'll be back. He's going to win.
And another testament to this family we have out here, Southeast Gassers, and it continues to grow. And you guys wouldn't do it any other way, as the Birch Brothers Racing now is taking victory number, is that 4 now?
I think so, this year. We had one from last year, so.
So you guys are hard to beat, and it's hard to stay on top, but I know you guys are going to work hard. Congratulations. Thank you again so much.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back in here with Jimmy Finley, the Snakebite Mustang. Jimmy got a big final round coming up. Going to be taking on Chris Dunn, the Boogeyman.
Yeah, me and Chris is buddies. We both from Anderson County, and got both good performing cars. Actually, the cars are pretty similar, but the buddy rivalry is going to be on. We both want to be top dog, and but either way, the win's going to go back to Anderson County, and both of these cars has Gene Speed Shop on the rear, and that's coming from Gene Cromer of Anderson, South Carolina. He's our hero, and either way, whichever one wins it, it's going to be for Gene.
Well, that's great. And Gene being such a pioneer and an innovator in the sport of gasser racing, and you've been climbing up these point standings in this A-Gas.
Yes, I have. I haven't saw an official tally on it, but running it through my head, I think I might be 5 points down from Shannon. I'm definitely in second. If I win this, and I will be tied for Shannon in first place if I pull this off and get past that Boogeyman car over there.
Well, we certainly wish you the best, Jimmy, and always safe travels.
That's right. And as Daddy always said, I'm gonna keep it between the ditches, and you'll arrive home alive. So that's where I'm gonna leave it.
That's Jimmy Finley getting ready for finals here from the Ringgold event. Chris Dunn, here we are. We are in Clay City, Kentucky, for the continuation of the Brainerd final, which you have made against your good friend, Mr. Jimmy Finley.
Oh man, it's awesome. We're back in Tennessee. Excuse me, Brainerd. We talked about how we wasn't going to do that, so we'd see if we come. But here we are again, so that worked out. So we know now on we ain't gonna make no prior plans. Man, it's awesome. To be racing Jimmy. We're both from the same county in Anderson. We don't live far from each other. Talk to each other every week. We're both Gene Speed Shop cars. We both love Gene Cromer. Gene's only one of the reasons I'm even here. So man, this is awesome.
Well, and both of you guys have been really shooting up that A-Gas point standings list, because you've been going rounds.
Right now, we are 5 points out of third. 5. Starting now. If we get runner-up, we tie for third. If we win, we take third. Jimmy is, I think, right up there. In the next today and the next 2 races, this championship is getting like this. And it's going to be round by round by round. And people's going to be, I'm telling you, I'm going to be going, well, we'll get that round, you know, because that's where we're getting to. Because, you know, we have a potential chance, he does, Shannon and even Donovan, to win this championship, and we're only 3 races out.
Well, that's the reason we all love Southeast Gassers. We love you guys. Good luck today in that final round.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
On to the kings of the sport, the A-Gas. You see Jimmy Finley going to be matched up in this one against Chris Dunn, Anderson, South Carolina final.
David, win, lose, or draw. Anderson County wins. You got the boogeyman Chris Dunn up against Snakebite Jimmy Finley. Regardless of how this goes, one of these boys is going to take win back in honor of Gene Cromer, old moonlighter. The guy is 84 years old this year, and he is an absolute historic icon of the sport in the gasser category. This race right here is pivotal and critical. Could be Jimmy Finley's 2nd win for the Ford camp. Could be Chris Dunn's 1st win, period.
There's the jump by Finley. He looks like he's stretching it out close at the finish line, and it's going to be Jimmy Finley taking the win.
Jimmy Finley definitely does it, and the one thing you don't want to do is give that boy a start line advantage like Chris Dunn did. Chris gave Jimmy the win right there on the start line, but look at that finish.
That finish was great. American flag in the background as they started off the line. Jimmy Finley, our winner from Brainerd. Great run today.
Yes, it was a great run, and I've said all along when we got down to business on this, it was going to be a very close, would probably come down to the light, and a race it was. But it's a little bit bittersweet. I told him, he's my best buddies, and that's Chris's first year running the car, and he's doing excellent. I almost hated to win, but it wouldn't be any good to him if I give it to him. So I say that there's going to be another winner here today, and it may just be him.
It very well may. You put on a great show for the fans. It was a great drag race, side by side, neck and neck the whole way. You know, and I believe you got him a little bit out the hole.
Well, actually, he got me on the tree just a little bit, but the other end, the old snake bite put its fangs out and reeled him in and went by for the win.
And got a beautiful trophy here presented by these beautiful ladies, and we're glad to have you a part of this circuit, Jimmy, and good luck the rest of the way today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And you, I hear you done a great job announcing that race there, and I appreciate it. And this guy is a Ford fan, everybody, right here.
I am a Ford man, tried and true.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, David, you know, this brings a close to the Ringgold Finals. Obviously, that's a makeup race from Ringgold, Georgia, where we was shut out by a curfew placed on the racetrack, forced us to run the finals here in Clay City, Kentucky. And what a final round for A and C gas this has been. You know, we've got Jerry Birch and Tim Bailey moving into or becoming tied for 2nd place in the points simply by virtue of their final round appearance. Now that is within 5 points of Dean Harris, who is holding on to that points lead he's had basically since the 2nd race of the season, but only by an extremely slim margin.
C-Gas is getting so tight, and it's getting, right, like you said, a 5-point margin between 1st and 2nd place and 2 people sitting tied in 2nd. It's going to be a great end of the year show as we continue these last 2 events.
No doubt about it. You know, this could not have been a story written any better. If we would have started out the season and said, let's write a script for how this is going to go, I don't believe we would have written it quite this perfectly, because when you've got in C-Gas, you got 3 cars that are within 5 points of one another, and this going into the finals, and all 3 of those cars being serious contenders. And Rusty Sampson with the 55, he's only a few points back for number 4, or actually number 3, seeing how those 2 guys are tied for number 2.
You're exactly right, and Rusty Sampson making that 750-mile trip each time he comes to race with us one way. Know how much it means to him, but the finishes in this C-Gas, just nip and tuck. I mean, they're very close. I mean, they're coming down to winning it on the heads-up starting line.
It's absolutely, you know, as a heads-up race, and these cars couldn't be paired any closer, being as different as they all are. It's amazing how those performances are so closely matched with the variations and the individual creativity that these type cars produce. But as you said, you know, Rusty traveling all those miles to race with us, and him actually being in that points battle. Rusty technically could be the spoiler here, although it's not likely, but it is possible.
Yeah, he's got a mathematical chance.
Yes.
We got 3 races left in here, and he can be just as big a spoiler as anyone.
And personally, I'd like to see it. Old Rusty, he's a good guy, and I love his hot rod. Now, moving on to A-Gas, you know, my God, man, here we've got Jimmy Finley taking the win over Chris Dunn in this finalization of the Ringgold race here in Kentucky. That putting Jimmy 5 points behind Shannon Smith. Again, Shannon has had the points lead all year long from race 1. He had some issues getting down this old Kentucky racetrack. Nothing wrong with the racetrack, just something obviously going on with Shannon's car. And with that being said, they are within 5 points of him. And this right here is going to be a challenge to the bitter end at the final race back at Greer, South Carolina.
And we're all looking forward to the rest of the races, but you're exactly right. That points battle is just getting tighter and tighter as Donovan Stock is going to make a run for this as well. We know other guys are just right in the mix of this A-Gas finals.
They are. Right now, as we close this event for the Ringgold race, there's only like a 10 or 15 point spread between those top 4 cars. Now, not knowing exactly what's going to happen at the Kentucky event that we will be running here this afternoon, the way this worked out, but the fact is, this race here in Kentucky is bound to produce some upsets, possibly. This points battle will probably only get closer and tighter. And so with that being said, you know, this race, these last 3 races of the season here in Kentucky, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then Greer, South Carolina, this is going to be some races to watch because it's going to be some fierce competition, and I mean fierce.
It is, and it just speaks to the growth of our association, to the development of these motors and these drivers as they're developing. They're just getting better every time they go down the track.
They just keep massaging these old hot rod parts and getting more and more out of them, things that I'm quite certain that some of the guys of yesteryear probably wish they would have known to do. But you know, it is amazing to watch these things unfold and the growth of this whole organization. It is amazing. But you know, again, we're bringing this particular event to a close, getting prepared for the next one. So as always, dear Heavenly Father, we go to you in a word of prayer, and we certainly thank you for the safety and the blessings that you have placed upon every single one of us, and certainly our prayers and our thoughts and our go to you for the continuation of that, and the hope that we may join you in your heavenly kingdom one day. And with your name, Jesus Christ, holy name, we pray these words. Amen.